The bike we're checking out today is one of the most badass looking bikes on the market. But the main question I bet everyone out there has is 52 volts still relevant in 2025? With a 1,000-watt nominal Bafang motor, a top speed of well over 30 miles an hour, and some of the best suspension available for e-bikes right now, you're not gonna wanna miss this. It's made by an American company called Ride1up. It's called the Revv1 DRT, and today we're gonna review it. I'm gonna show you everything you need to know about the bike. We'll have a close look at every single component, and after that, I'm gonna be taking it outside to put it through all of these real-world tests. So while I top up this 52 volt 20 amp hour battery with the supplied 4 amp charger, I guess there's nothing left to do now but to stare at it. Cue the B-roll! Starting out back, the Revv1 DRT rolls on a set of 20-inch diameter, 4-inch wide Innova fat tires. They've got some of the most aggressive looking tread I've ever seen on any e-bike. This should make it super fun off-road. For the drivetrain, or lack thereof, all there is just a chain tensioner in the back, a single speed freewheel, you get a medium-sized chainring, some of the dinkiest cranks I've ever seen, and some metal Welgo pedals. Check out the brakes on this thing. 4-piston hydraulic calipers biting on a 203mm rotors up front and out back. The setup's the same. This is as good as it gets. I wish every e-bike had a brake setup like this. Looking at the frame here, if I'm not mistaken, the front triangle is the exact same on the FS model. The only thing that's different is the rear triangle here and this longer travel rear shock. The longer travel and the beefed up rear triangle is just to make this bike more capable off-road. Speaking of rear suspension, here's the rear shock by D&M. It's got a 350-pound spring that you can set with preload. It's got compression up top as well as rebound down here. Absolutely perfect setup for a bike like this. The bike comes kitted out with a couple of panels here, some to save the mud from the rear shock, and I really like what they did here in the empty space. This panel here lets you hang whatever you want on here. Could be a water bottle, could be some mole bags, or it could be a lock like I've got on this side. Here's a close-up of the rear taillight. Looks like you get a reflector down here, a brake light here. Looks like this light has the ability to have turn signals, but on this off-road model, I don't think they're wired up. We'll turn it on in just a sec, but first, let's check out this seat. Look at this beautiful seat. So there's some texture up here and some stitching on the top. It says Revv1 DRT on it. And on the side here, it almost feels like grip tape from skateboards, but it's nice and soft. It's just to grip your bum to the seat while you're off-road. Got quite a bit of padding, looks really high quality, and fully waterproof. Here's a close-up of the 20 amp hour battery, goes right into the frame here, and I love how they protect it on both sides with the frame. This thing's not going anywhere, and even if you crash, you're never gonna hit the battery. So the suspension is the big upgrade on this model, and to make it more off-road capable, they've added a longer inverted fork. It has over 100 mils of travel and it's inverted, which makes it super fluttery and very responsive to even the smallest of bumps. And to keep the front end from falling apart in the rough stuff, this fork has a through axle, which is the best way to mount the front wheel to the fork for a bike that's designed to go off-road. Moving up the fork, you get a fender that mounts right underneath the bottom crown and a built-in LED headlight. Oh, forgot to do this. Nice. We're gonna turn this on in just a sec, but first, let's take a look at the controls. On the right, you get a nice soft rubber grip with a lock-on collar on the outer edge here. You get a half-twist throttle, you get a horn, and controls for your lights. On the left here, you get the same soft rubber grip, lock-on collars on both sides, and a nice simple remote. This has an M button to go through the modes on the screen, a plus and minus button to go up and down your pedal assist modes, and the power button to turn the bike on. Okay, let's turn on the display. Oh. So on the top left here, the bike shows you what class it's in. It could be in class 1, 2, 3, or off-road. There's even a boost mode that I've enabled here on the bike, and you can see that with the little lightning bolt here. Top right has your battery meter. You get 5 battery bars. You get your pedal assists here on the left. Looks like it goes from 0 all the way up to 5. You get your speedometer here in the middle in miles or kilometers an hour. And then down here, the settings actually just cycle. So you can see your trip, your average speed, your odometer, your top speed, and then back to your trip. So you always have the information right in front of you. Okay, let's see what kind of speed we can get with no weight on it. 44 miles an hour. Let's have a look at what the lights look like. So I'm just gonna turn the bike on. There we go. So this is just the daytime running lights. You get a nice soft halo, gives you some extra visibility, nothing special. But when I turn the headlight on, wow, look at that. Nice square projector style headlight, nice and wide. This will light up the entire road ahead. And it's even got a high beam. This will give you some extra reach and let you see even farther. Very nice. And here's a shot of the rear tail light. We'll turn the bike on. This is just daytime running lights. There's nothing on right now. I'm going to turn the lights on. There we go. Same thing. And this actually gets brighter with the brakes. Nice. And finally, here's a close-up of this Bafang motor. It runs at 52 volts. It's built to sustain 1,000 watts, but it can peak at well over that. When you unlock this bike into the off-road with boost mode, it gets you so much more than 1,000 watts. Okay, let's check out the fit on this new DRT. For reference, I'm 5'9", and sitting on the bike, I can easily reach the ground, almost flat-footed. The bike feels so good with that suspension. I mean, there's so much travel on this thing. It looks super plush. I can't wait to take this thing off-road. The sitting position just feels very familiar. The FS model felt a lot like this. I'm pretty sure it's the same front triangle on here. The handlebars are adjustable. You can have it further up if you've got a longer reach. I've got them kind of leaned back towards me because I've got short arms. But man, this just feels so good. Well, I've pretty much seen everything I needed to see. What do you guys say we take it outside and see how it rides? Good morning, everyone. Man, do I have a cool looking bike to show you guys today. Meet the Ride1up Revv1 DRT. Badass looking bike. Today, we're gonna test the top speed, the acceleration, the handling, the braking, the hill climb, everything you wanna know about this bike, you're gonna see in this video. And with the test I'm gonna show you, I couldn't bullshit you if I tried. These are tests that you're actually gonna see. I might touch on a couple of things as far as how the bike feels and my initial impressions, but take that with a grain of salt, right? This is just coming from a guy that's ridden well over 50 bikes in the last year, and I can actually compare this to a lot of other bikes on the market, right? So I got a full battery, let's do the hill climb. And just like any other hill climb, I'm gonna go throttle only up this 15% grade hill. I've got it in pedal assist number 5. I always start at the fire hydrant down there. And we've got about 23 miles an hour on the GPS just before the hill really starts. And it is holding 20 miles an hour uphill. 21, yeah. For a 1,000 watt motor, this thing has a lot of torque and a lot of power. It just feels like so much more than just 1,000 watts. Very, very nice. Okay, let's head over to Test Drive Island, unlock the bike, and really see what it's got in the cells. But just before we take it to Test Drive Island, let's see how quickly it accelerates. I always start right here at my lamppost, and just up ahead there's a driveway pullout. If I can get to 20 miles an hour before the driveway, we got a fast bike. I'm pretty sure the regular FS model got there, no problem. So let's see. Pedal assist number 5. I got the GPS right here just for reference. 3, 2, 1, go. 10 miles an hour, 14, 17, 19, 20, 23, no problems. Just as good as I remember it. Man, what a badass looking bike, right? So when you guys get a new bike, first thing you probably should do is just get used to it, right? You and the bike should probably get to know each other, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. Just gonna take it up to about 20 miles an hour, just do some S-turns, just figure out the grip on these tires. As far as I know, these are custom tires made for this bike. They're 20x4, standard size, will probably fit on anything. Plus, you could replace them with anything on the market, but I've never been on these big tires before. I don't know how grippy they're gonna be, so let's do this. Let's get on the road. Let's do about 20 miles an hour, lean it over for some S-turns, and see what kind of grip we can get. Okay, here we go. 20 miles an hour. Lean it over. Actually, they feel pretty good. You can feel a little bit of vibration through the bike just because of the tread is so spaced out. But man, these feel like they have grip for days, even on the pavement. Like I can just totally lean it over all the way to the sidewall of the tire, no problems. Really nice. One thing I did hear as well is you can actually hear these tires off in the pavement. Listen to this. Can you guys hear that? You can hear the tread on the pavement. So, one thing to keep in mind, right? Okay, let's see what this thing's got in the cells. I've got the bike unlocked right now. It's in off-road mode with the boost mode enabled. This is as good as it gets. Got the GPS right here, all clear. Let's go, throttle only. Let's see what this thing got for its top speed. 25 miles an hour already. 30. 33, 34. 35. Yeah, 35 miles an hour confirmed when it's unlocked with the boost mode enabled. Let's go do some other tests. So I'm gonna bet that 99% of you guys that buy this bike are just gonna ride it throttle only, right? And that's kind of what the bike was designed to do. But it does still have pedals, so let's test that. Like I always do, I'm gonna try and start pedaling the bike in pedal assist 0. This is the bike with no power. And judging by the size of these tires, as well as the little dinky chain ring and the little dinky gear that we have back there, single gear, oh, it is just no fun. It's probably the heaviest feeling bike I've been on in a while. So let's go get a little bit of help. Pedal assist number 1. Feels pretty good. Gets us up to about 14 miles an hour. Pedal assist number 2. Up to about 18. Pedal assist number 3. I'm not touching the chain anymore. I'm just ghost pedaling now. 23 miles an hour, 24. Pedal assist 4. 28. And pedal assist 5. Let's go all the way. 32. Up to the top speed. Nice. So while we're out testing the pedal assist and the throttle, top speed, all that stuff, I'm gonna do 2 tests to find out the quality of the cadence sensor and the quality of the actual throttle. So let's do this. I'm in off-road mode in boost, pedal assist 5, and I'm gonna try my best to just crawl along, just to see if, you know, even in the highest power mode, I can just really regulate this throttle to get, you know, as much or as little power as possible. Look at this, just crawling along right now at 8 miles an hour. A little bit more. Super responsive and super easy to regulate. You know, 13 miles an hour now. Want a little more. 15, 16, a little more. Up to 20. All the way through. Yeah. Really nice. Very responsive, and it just feels like the guys at Ride1up have actually spent the time in the programming of this bike to really make this a nice smooth curve. It's not just a straight, you know, on off with this throttle. It's really, really nice. It just really ups the quality of the bike. Now let's do the same thing, but with the cadence sensor. I'm gonna start pedaling now. And pedaling now. So it's about half a crank revolution. Yeah. By the time my back crank gets to the front, the bike gives me power. Very responsive. That's actually really nice. Not that you'd pedal this bike all that much, but it's nice to feel like you're in control of the bike, you know what I mean? And it's consistent, right? Just half a revolution of the cranks, boop, got power. Easy. Nice work, guys. Okay, here's where we test out the brakes. Here's the marker I want to stop by, and I've got about a 20-foot distance to the first marker here. This is where, with the Revv1 DRT, I'm gonna be going about 28 miles an hour. I'm gonna slam on the brakes, and hopefully we stop before that first marker. Most of the good bikes actually get this done pretty well. And with the brakes this thing's got on there, I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of distance here. Okay, turn around. Now the only unknown I think I have right now, because we've got pretty much perfect conditions, right? Beautiful day, nice and hot, the pavement's hot, it's dry, but these tires are off-road tires. So how are they gonna grip the road when it comes to braking performance? Let's find out. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on the GPS here, try to get as close to 28 miles an hour as possible before that first marker. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and brake. Oh, yes. Ooh, I can smell the rubber. I can smell the burning rubber. That's awesome. There we go. Perfect braking performance by the Revv1 DRT. 28 miles an hour and stops well within our 20-foot marker. And I'm not surprised either, right? 203 mil rotors, big 4-piston calipers. Man, everything that's happening right now on this bike as far as braking's concerned definitely gets a check mark from me. Nice work, guys. Time to take the Revv1 DRT off-road and maybe onto the beach. Now I'm super excited to see how this thing feels on some rough trails. I'm not gonna wait. Let's go. Okay, try not to hit the camera. All clear. Woo, 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 woo. I can't feel anything. Wow! Man, this thing is so smooth and composed in the rough stuff. I can't feel any bumps. Whoa, low bridge. Should have gone the other way. Oh well. Well, we're gonna have any beach today? Last couple of times we haven't. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of beach today. Let's go. Woo! Okay. Okay, I'm pretty excited to find out how these big tires are gonna dig into the sand. I've got high hopes and pretty high expectations for this thing. Let's get going. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah. No problems. So this bike's got 95 Newton meters of torque, and it is plenty to get these big knobby tires in and out of the sand. No problems. Look at this. I'm accelerating on the sand. Woo! No problems whatsoever. Very, very nice. Oh man, I miss this beach. I haven't been on here in a while. Every time I've come here in the last couple of weeks, it's just been completely filled with water. The tide's been up so much. So it's nice to see some sand. As fun as it is riding around on the sand, that's not all you're gonna do with this e-bike, right? So let's get off the beach. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's loose here. There we go. Got some traction, not digging in too much. Here we go, let's steer. Ooh. Woo. Easy peasy. Oh man, this thing is so smooth. If you're buying this to go on to like back roads or explore the mountains, man. The only thing the stock bike won't get you is a lot of range, right? 20 amp hours is gonna be pretty limited as far as how out there you can get on the trails or on the back roads, but man, Ride1up does make an add-on battery. You can just add another 20 amp hours to this bike, super, super easy. Then it just doubles your range, or it doubles the amount of time you can get full speed out of this bike. Not a bad deal. So I want to take 2 minutes and talk about bike and ride quality with the Ride1up Revv1 DRT here. And let's start with the contact points. Grips, 10 out of 10. Lock-on grips, super nice, soft rubber, super grippy, lock-on collars on both sides. And they're not those dorky rest your palms, you know, the ergonomic grips. They're actual bike grips, you know, they just feel so good. Love these grips, 10 out of 10. Wouldn't change them. In fact, I'd probably put the same ones back on when they wear out. The seat, guys, this seat is absolutely perfect. I thought the stitching here was going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not. Your bum actually goes right onto this textured part here, and it just grips the seat. You do not slide back and forth at all on this seat, and it has tons and tons of cushion. I've been on the bike for about an hour now, and there are 0 pressure points on this seat. And the pedals, well, guys, it's the same story with every e-bike I review. They're not the best pedals, but these are metal Welgo pedals. They're not gonna wear out. They're gonna keep the grip that they do have. And, you know, if you wanted something a little bit grippier, easy upgrade. Go to Amazon, spend 20, 30 bucks, get something with some nice metal pins, and you're off to the races. The frame on this Revv1 is very neutral. I don't feel like the handlebars are sky high, putting me in a straight up position. I'm not reached forward. This has a little bit of a short stem, so if you are a taller rider and you want a little bit more reach, easy. Put a longer stem on there. You can change out the bars too. They're not proprietary. So super easy bike to get along with. You can run the bars kind of towards you like I am right now. I'm pretty short, so I like to shorten up the reach. But if you're nice and tall, you can twist them forward and get a lot more reach out of them. But guys, Ride1up makes one of the best frames in the market. If I compare it to the FS model I rode about a year ago, it's the same story. Super high quality welds, high quality paint. There's a couple of paint options actually also. You can get this bike in all black if you wanted. and the bike is completely silent. There's zero creaking, there's zero rattles out there. Everything's tight, everything's just meant to be where it is. It's as good as it gets. The suspension on this bike has got to be the highlight of the bike. It is so plush and adjustable. I absolutely love the suspension package on this thing. I mean, even if you don't ride this thing off-road, just the added comfort, the amount of travel this fork gets you and this coil shock is just worth it. To me, it's worth it 100%. The rear shock feels so smooth, and it's not springy. It's got rebound, right? So it kind of sucks up into the top position. It's never gonna buck you, and it doesn't feel like a pogo stick. It's perfect. And same with the front. It's got a lot of travel. It's super sensitive to those little bumps. You barely feel anything in your hands. It tracks the ground just like a dirt bike would. And it doesn't have that clunking when it comes back to the top position. Really nice fork. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't ride these types of bikes much off-road. It's mainly, you know, as a commuter or just going out for a rip here and there. But I ride them mostly on the road. And if it was me, if I had the choice between the FS and the DRT model, I would pick this DRT model. I might put different tires on eventually, but I would pick this over the FS model just for the comfort factor. It's just like riding a cloud. I love this thing. And the tires are good too. You know, they're super aggressive. They've got a lot of really deep tread, but they're big and clunky, and you know, you can actually kind of feel them on the road. You can feel the vibration of the pattern of the tread hitting the road, and it kind of comes into the handlebars just a little bit when you get going at speed. But that's really only on like super smooth roads. When you're on gravel or roads like this where, you know, it's pitted, it's pretty rough, you know, you're not gonna feel anything. They've got a lot of grip. They actually surprised me at how much grip they actually do have on pavement. I was expecting something a little bit sketchy, like dirt bike tires on pavement, you know? And finally, the electronics. Guys, the electronics are perfect on this bike. This bike's been in production for about a year now. They've perfected everything. The screen is monochromatic, but I think it's a good thing. Look at this. We're in direct sunlight. The sun is right behind me over the shoulder, and I can see the display clear as day. I can see everything on here. You can see your max speed, you can see the distance, your odometer. It just kind of cycles through. I really like that. The only thing I kind of wish it had was a little bit more information for the battery, right? All it has is 5 battery bars. So, you know, now at 3 battery bars, I know I'm, you know, hovering around the middle mark. So maybe a little bit more information would be handy, but is that really worth bitching about? I don't think so. The throttle is perfect. The Cadence Sensor is perfect. Really, really high quality modules here to really tame this bike's power and really be in control. And this little motor, I mean, guys, I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, it's only 52 volts and it's only 1,000 watts, but realistically, how fast do you actually need to go on an e-bike? I mean, sure, there's bikes out there that go much, much faster, but to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna go out and say that probably 60 to 70% of you guys out there are gonna ride the bikes the way they're, you know, designed to be, and you're probably gonna abide by the laws, right? And that's 28 miles an hour tops, right? So anything over that is just, you know, a chance for you to get in trouble, or it's just extra power to get up the hills, right? That's really the only thing I would consider extra power for, is just really to have that extra power when the roads get really steep. But this little 52 volt motor at 1,000 watts gets you well over 30 miles an hour, which is plenty fast for me. And you know, it's got some torque, it's got some power, right? 20 amp hours in the battery. I mean, it's not the biggest battery again, right? But it's a good start. So you can get the bike, get used to it, go on a couple of trips, and if you realize that, hey, I want to take this bike further, I want the 33, 34 miles an hour to last longer throughout my ride, well, that's easy. Just pick up an add-on battery and then put it on there. I've installed one on the FS model, and it's actually super easy. I made it complicated because I wanted to put it inside that cage. But with this, you can just mount it right on top, and Bob's your uncle. The final thing I gotta say about the motor is that it is a little bit loud, right? It's not the loudest out there. I've definitely heard worse, but it does have an audible whine. Most of the Bafang motors in this level of power all have gears in them, and the gears help generate a lot of torque right away and a lot of acceleration, which is great for, you know, a bike like this. But it does have a trade-off. You hear it a little bit more than, let's say, a direct drive motor. But for a direct drive motor, you guys are stepping into the $3,000 category. You're stepping into the 3,000 watts and over category, right? So that's not for everyone. And finally, the brakes, guys. 4-piston hydraulic brakes on 203 rotors. I wish every bike in this category, in fact, I wish every e-bike had a set of brakes like this one. Period. Range report. So I've just hit the 22-mile mark, and I still have 2 battery bars. So 25, 30 miles, no problems. And that kind of goes to say, right? Like, my formula is pretty bang on. Usually with bikes like this, when you're riding it throttle only, you're gonna get 1 to 1.5 miles per amp hour that your battery has. And this just proves that. And the other thing that I should bring up is that once this battery goes to below half power, you definitely feel it struggle. It definitely doesn't have the voltage, the power, the amperage to give the bike, you know, enough torque, enough power to go full speed. Right, so $1 million question. Who's the Ride1up Revv1 DRT really for? Well, first thing that comes to mind is it's gonna be for someone who wants their e-bike purchase to come from an American company that values quality. I've met with the guys at Ride1up, and they are some of the most keen guys I know out there that want to get you a quality product in your hands, and they will not stop until you are perfectly satisfied with your purchase. They make amazing bikes, from commuters to carbon race bikes to moped e-bikes like this one. They make tons of choice, and each bike I've reviewed from Ride1up has been of the highest quality I could ever ask for. And that's not lip service, guys. This is actual truth. If you're concerned with, you know, post-sale service, or, you know, having to order parts or warranty or anything like that, buying from an American company like them guarantees you that you're gonna get someone that speaks English, someone that understands the problem, and someone that can actually do something about it. So if that means anything to you, go check out the bikes on Ride1up's website. With the power the Revv1 delivers, obviously this bike's gonna be for a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, right? Someone that wants to go a little bit above 30 miles an hour, someone that wants some acceleration when they actually twist the throttle, right? Someone that actually wants to put a smile on their face once in a while with this bike. And the beautiful thing is that you don't have to ride it at, you know, 30 plus miles an hour. You can easily just leave it in 20 miles an hour, leave it perfectly road legal, and ride it anywhere without a care in the world that you're gonna be breaking the law or, you know, potentially get your bike confiscated. And the third person that would definitely benefit from getting a bike like this DRT model here is someone that values comfort. Now, in my personal experience, moped-style e-bikes have not always been the most comfortable to ride, right? There's a lot of bikes out there that have, you know, 40, 50 mils of travel. It's literally just, you know, foam inside some metal tubing. It's horrible, the suspension that's out there. This is completely different. This has tons of travel. I think there's something like 80 millimeters of travel in the back and well over 100 up front. This suspension feels so good. Even if you're not gonna be riding this bike off-road, just to go over the potholes or go up and down curbs, this thing's gonna laugh at anything you throw at it. And to answer the question at the beginning of the video, is 52 volt still relevant in 2025? I think so. You know, a lot of people buying this bike are going to be perfectly happy sticking to the 28 to 30 miles an hour, keeping it totally legal and not having a care in the world, riding this bike anywhere they want, right? There's only a select few, maybe like myself, that, you know, like to go a lot faster than the speed limit. But you can only do that in certain places and when the situation allows for it, right? When it's safe to do so. Otherwise, you're gonna get in shit. So at 52 volts, this bike has the power, the speed, and the torque to be perfectly relevant still in 2025. So man, if the Rev1 DRT sounds like it's the perfect bike for you, do yourself a favor, click the link in the description box below, or better yet, use your phone's camera to scan this QR code. It's gonna take you right to their website. Ride1up's always got sales going on, and if I'm lucky enough to get a discount code from them, I'll put it right in the description box of the video, so don't forget to use it. It'll save you some extra money. And if the Ride1up Revv1 DRT is not the perfect bike for you, that's okay. Maybe the bike in this video will be more of what you're looking for. I'll see you over there.